All right. I think we are live. Can't tell. Uh, but I think we are. Pretty sure we are live streaming. What is up, folks? Welcome back to my channel. Finally got StreamYard working. So that's cool. Simplified my setup so that I can just plug and play. Streaming has been a serious pain in the ass. So much so that I need to actually make sure that I am live right now. Let me actually go to another tab. Go to my channel. What the heck? Don't even know what I'm signed into. Let me sign in. Hold up, folks. All right. Good morning. I see you. It's working. We're definitely live. Okay, cool. Thank you for commenting. I was using Streamlabs before, but I guess I could use Streamlabs now that I could finally sign in. I prefer using StreamYard just because of how easy it is to set up some of the overlays. But we'll see. We'll continue to mess around with it. Maybe I'll go back to Streamlabs. We'll see. Whatever. So first thing I want to talk about is kind of what we did overnight. I did a little Instagram story. I'm gonna start doing like daily macro TA just on my IG. We traversed this auction. So this is actually what I had highlighted in that IG story. If you go look at that post, that was probably 10 hours ago. Basically said that I would expect us to traverse this auction at most. I am downside biased just because we did push and create all of this volume lower yesterday. Not yesterday, but on Friday. Okay, so we basically did just that. We went ahead and traversed this entire node. On ES, though, we really came and we traversed the node where all these prior POCs were stacked. If we get rid of the visible range and we look at where all of this volume is here, you see that we traversed that. So the prior session on ES is here, but we actually still went and traversed where all this volume is. If we swap from session volume profile over to the visible range, you can see that's where we are. So both auctions traversed where the most significant recent volume was, okay, overnight. Okay. Now, we did have on the 2 hours some green, but again, trading the VP, we trade the VP. That's what we're looking for here. So no traversal, standard play is what you should basically always be looking for. The question we're always asking ourselves as traders is what liquidity matters? Liquidity matters. The second question is what, boys and girls? How do we get there? Most important questions. Okay, what liquidity matters and how do we get there are the most important questions. Take a risk. Good morning. Oh, also your question about the coaching recording. Yes, it was recorded. I need to upload that. I'm trying to streamline all those things. It's the problem is once I get done doing the coaching, the recording isn't available right away. It's like available an hour later. And I'm like running the business and I'm like busy. So I always have to make another task to come back and upload it. So that's why there's always a delay. It's not because I forget, it's just because it's not available. What I might do is just screen record the coaching calls so I can upload them right away. But then that introduces other workflow issues. So could we kindly request that the temperature be on the warmer side? Oh, that was a request from a client. 10:30. She's paid this. Perfect. All right. SMK Prabhu, welcome back. What happens if I switch to? Oh wow, I'm in HD. See how HD I am? One thing I do want to figure out is, wow, this is a pretty cool. This is a good set. This is a good shot, guys. How do you guys feel about this shot? Is this a vibe? I think it's a vibe. I need some music though. Nothing but jazz. I need this to be coming out of my headphones though. Now it's coming out of my TV. There we go. I want to get back to the view I was on. Uh-oh. Wait, it's this one. Nope, it's this one. Nope. Nope. Hold on, guys. There it is. So we're coming lower. We're pushing lower. If you, and I'll try to post a story elsewhere. That's right. You could have had a resting short, right? We also swept this previous high here, right? So this little overnight high that was in right here. Okay, came up, swept that, traversed this entire node. Perfect little short entry. I mean, that's already 200 points right there. That's a day trade. You know, you could. I mean, most of you guys are getting 200 points. It's not exactly 200. It's 180. It's about to be 200. So nice little trade there. I'm contemplating. I might start live streaming my gas money account. I have a Top Step account that I started trading. It's kind of low leverage because it's a prop firm. But let's took another payout on that last week or so ish on Friday. A couple G's. Who else we got in here? Mr. S Trading. What's up? So the plan for today is to see if we get a measured move to the downside, which would put us at about 24,965. This will be our downside target right here. Cool. Can somebody do me a favor and put the link to the stream in the Discord for me? So people know I'm streaming. Do you use Project X? Do I like it? It's fine. I just need a chart and ability to execute trades. Trading platforms are, I'm at the point in my trading career where they're basically irrelevant to me. I could trade on a calculator if I have a chart. You know, I've seen Bill set my entry, set my stop. And aside of that, like there's nothing else to really look at. You know, got the VP. Does not matter to me at all. I could trade on a freaking terminal. As long as I have a chart, does not matter. Project X is literally just trading view. They literally just took this and you can trade. I mean, the only downside to it is the fact that I can't actually just trade it in trading view they want you locked into their ecosystem, which is whatever. But it's literally like if you like TradingView, you'll like Top Step X. It does have stupid little quirks, like the 8-hour time frame doesn't work on it. The 2-hour time frame doesn't work. So as a cost saving measure, they're not loading all of the ticks across every time frame, which is pretty stupid. But other than that, it's basically one for one the same. Take a look at what's happened on ES here. Let's go ahead and do this measurement projection on ES as well. Should bring us down to I'm going to do it before the traversal that we just did. So I'm ignoring this overnight action. I'm basing it off of this high. Right, that little consolidation there brings us down to the visible range to load in. This node down here, the landing pad, obvious target as well. We'll put a conservative target, 67.84. Okay, we could punch into that node and get all the way down into 67.63, but we'll keep it conservative today. Very nice 200 points, 220 points off of that sweep, overnight high sweep so far. Quad, good morning. Oh, Grant, good morning. That's not what I wanted. What's up, bro? You look beat. Crazy morning. Some contracts rolled, some didn't. Yeah, December is always an interesting month, trading wise. Oh, I just forgot. I need to go grab my coffee. Give me like 2 seconds, guys. But yeah, December's an interesting month. Dallin, good morning. Garrett, good morning. Chipmunk, good morning. Shane, good morning. Craig, good morning. Everybody's here this morning. So quick recap before I go grab his I'm literally going to be gone for like 30 seconds, but we traversed, and I'm going to start doing this every day. I did a little macro analysis on my Instagram. We traversed this node last night. Okay. So last night, looking at Friday's VP setup, we pushed lower. Okay. And I said, well, I basically expect us to traverse this node. Okay. And that's exactly what we did. Okay. We went to where participation was. Same on ES. Okay. ES had a little bit slightly different story, but it still went to where participation was. So we can see that on ES, the participation is here. Okay. The session VP is a little different. Okay. But it went to where all of these stacked VPs are. Look at all of these sessions, all these volume profiles stacked on top of each other. So both of them did that. We're moving lower. We closed the week with a lower high on the higher time frames. So let's bug out to the 8-hour really quickly. If you just look at the 8-hour, good intermediary time frame. You can see that we failed to come to all-time highs. We retested this. We're pushing lower. Okay. Kind of looks like a bear flag. We flipped this upside down. Fully expect for us to hit our downside target today, 24,965. If we don't, it'll be weird. That's fine. I'm not always right. I'm totally open to being wrong. If we don't meet my expectations for the day, what do you think that means, guys? What should we do as traders when our expectations aren't met for the day? We'll make it a multiple choice quiz. Should we A, frantically try to figure it out and risk money? B, flip our bias entirely? Or C, do nothing and watch? I also said A, B, and C, and I put 1, 2, 3. So let's go ahead and switch this up to A, B, and C. Go ahead and put your answer in the chat, boys and girls. What do you think we should do? Timo says A, frantically try to figure it out and risk money. Okay. I like where your head's at. We got C, do nothing and watch. I know you're joking. All good, all good. Right, do nothing. So if you're biased, and when you have a trade plan, you'll have like two primary scenarios, right? So you have a primary bias. Like today, I mostly think we're gonna go to the downside. I do have an upside level, which is basically us coming up to this shelf here. It's just the other shelf. But just based off of the story of the auction, I'm expecting us to push lower. So if we don't, I could flip my bias. B isn't incorrect in some context of like, oh, I was short bias. I see that buyers are taking over, so I'm going to flip my bias. Generally speaking, though, if you have an emotional reaction to the market or what's happening, then you should do nothing and just watch. What's up? Oh, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. What, did she pay? Yeah. Oh, awesome. Thank you, man. Cool. Got a coffee. Oh, I forgot. I had my assistant get me a coffee. Now I have a coffee. Doing nothing is often the best choice. If you lack confidence in a trade, do nothing. And instead, do nothing, watch, and take notes. Okay, I would even say go ahead and go into, paper trading. Sometimes you need something to do. It's my big boy money paper trading account. I'm up $500,000. That's fun. Okay. And test your ideas. You really want to press those buttons and get the reps in, then do that. Do that with fake money. Write it down. That way, tomorrow, when you look at what you did today, you'll see journal entries. You'll have a hypothesis. You'll see that you tested it, and you'll see that it worked or it didn't. I guarantee you that this exact setup, the set of candlesticks that we're looking at on the 8 hour, on the 4 hour, and on the 1 hour, it's going to happen again, probably pretty soon too, because the market's fractal. Okay, I want you guys to really lock in on what I'm saying right now. It's probably going to happen again very soon too. So even if you don't trade it this time, if you just really, really focus on taking notes, next time you can risk real money on it and you'll make money. You don't always need to risk your money or make money right now, especially because the market repeats itself. And when it does repeat itself, it repeats itself in the near future. I should actually add this to my course as a philosophy, but it is very true. Something I talk about and know. Okay, the market repeats itself. And when it does so in the near future. Okay, it's a key concept when we talk about fractals on the market. You might see something on the 4 hour, then you see it on the 1 hour, and you're going to see it on the 1 hour within a few sessions of when you saw it. Okay, when the market runs a play like a prior VAL retest, it's very likely going to do that again. like the next day. And it'll do that 2 or 3 times, and then it'll do something else. So all these little patterns that the market does, but it does them like in beats, like frequently. It's not like, oh, I saw this and I'm not going to see it again for like 3 months. It's like, no, it's if it's going to repeat itself, it's going to do it soon. Just trust me on that one. You'll start to notice it. There's a lot of stuff that's not, when you talk about like discretion outside of like the playbook trades, that this is like the key concept for. Okay, just notice, like really paying attention to what the market is doing, but you have to be in a note-taking mindset. Okay, you can't always be trying to like frantically, if you're chasing every candlestick, if you're zoomed in like this, and you don't have the story for the chart. Some of you guys are trading like this right now. Okay, you have no context. Okay, you're not going to be able to see those patterns. You need the big picture. When do you think someone should switch from prop firms to live accounts? Great question. I think that you should start with a live account. Okay, I think prop firms are a great tool. I don't think anyone should start with a prop firm. Okay, if you do, use my code Force Trading or Trade Edge at your favorite firm. But I started with my own account. I've been trading for like 9 years, guys. I had to be convinced. Okay, Sol convinced me to start trading prop firms. But I was just like, why would I do this? Okay. And there are many prop firms that you shouldn't even touch still, by the way. They're ass. They're a waste of time. Okay. And the reason is, this is something I should be more vocal about, but whatever. Okay. A lot of the people who disagree with me are my clients, so I'm not going to disagree too loudly. But there's 2 types of trading. There's trading, then there's prop trading. I don't think that they're real. Okay. You can make money with both. Or I don't think that they're the same. Sorry. I think they're real. You can make money with both. It is hard to switch between the two unless you started as a real trader. Okay. Why? Well, it's just the rules. So many people's first approach to trading and what trading is trailing drawdown, closing positions at end of day, 10 minutes after, like Top Step closes your positions 10 minutes after 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's not a real thing, guys. It's not real. It's not a real thing. Okay. Having intraday, like once you're in a live account, they're like, oh, we're going to close your position if you lose more than 2K if the profits, like, that's not real. None of that shit is real. It's not real. I'm going to say it with me. It's not real. Okay. Real trading, the only thing that matters is your margin. Okay. Margin requirements. You can hold trades. If I'm short and I think it's going to run for 3 more days, then my day trade turns into a swing trade and I just hold short for 3 days and I make 100% of the EV without having to get out and get back in. And again, prop trading is a great way to leverage edge. Okay. This is my opinion on it. Obviously, there's caveats to this, and it's not 100% of the time. But I think prop trading should be to leverage edge. Okay. Okay. You could use cheap props to learn slowly. You should not be blowing up account after account after account. So you're probably trading too high. Well, let's say you look at your 90-day metrics. Look at 90-day metrics and inspect your profit factor. Okay. If you have a profit factor of, let's say, 1.1, okay, it's just 1.1. You're profitable though. Every time you put $1 in, you're going to get 10 cents out, generally speaking, into the market. Okay. $1 in gives you $1.10 out. If you leverage that across 20 accounts on, say, Apex or whatever, okay, leverage, you make more money at the same profit factor. Your your ratios of profit aren't going to change, but the nominal value of money that you extract at the market will. So let's say you 10x it. So instead of making 10 cents, you're making $1. Cool. That's what leverage is. It works both ways. Okay. So if you are unprofitable, why would you leverage that? Okay. If your factor is 0.8, you probably shouldn't be buying prop firms, which are leverage. Prop firms are leverage. Okay. You should not be leveraging backwards. And a lot of you are. And the reason I don't think that you should start with props is because the real thing that does to you mentally is you're just leveraging your losses. Okay. When I would lose money in a real account, it would suck, right? It sucked a lot, but I just had one account. I just had one experience of loss. When you burn through all these cheap accounts, like let's say I'm just using Apex as an example, they're easy to beat up on. You get 20 accounts, you blow up 5. Now you have 5 losses. You blow up another 5, then you blow up 7, and then you burn through all of them. Now, so you've experienced 20 losses. Like you get so mentally defeated, which is what they want, because they want you to get stuck in this really low mental vibration state, right? So when leveraged appropriately, they're fine. Okay. Get your 20 accounts if you know you can make money. But if you don't know that you can make money, then you should not be leveraging accounts in that way. Thank you. Appreciate it. Can you close that actually? Thank you. Could you see is my where my jackets are? All right, thank you. Yeah, thank you. So that's my short little message on prop firms. All of this, by the way, can be evaded, navigated appropriately if you just like think for yourself. And there's plenty of people who start with prop firms and make money. Those people are the exception because they're insane. Like they're measuring, okay, they're journaling, they're taking it very, very seriously. They aren't gambling, they aren't putting money into the slot machine. Most people aren't doing that. Okay, and so it just expedites that or amplifies that bad behavior. Pushing lower almost to the lows here. Again, I do expect us to hit this downside target 24,965. Thank you, miss. Okay, bet. Thank you. Dallin got 100 points. Oh, it's a little chilly in here, guys. See how many points I'm up right now. A lot. About 250 points on this short for me. I don't even look at my trades when I enter them. I basically get in, then I'll look at TradingView. I'll peek at TradingView on my phone or while I'm walking around. But I don't even look at my broker where I actually execute. I just refuse to open it. There's just no point. Any questions on this, guys? I know everyone here is prop trading. Okay. I have a few prop accounts. I think prop firms are great, by the way. Oh, I think overall they're great. I love how accessible they've made trading. I took I sound like an old man when I say this, but like I had to do it the hard way. It took a really, really, really long time. Like the fact that a new trader can get like a 20K payout on a linear product is crazy. It took me forever to get to those numbers. Like it took me like years, guys. Years, which is another thing why people lack patience now. Like I just my bar for an expectation for what the market can give or should give is a lot slower than what people want. Everybody wants to get paid right now because they're only seeing the big wins. All right. I'll stop preaching at you guys though. See if we can hit this downside target today. ES coming for that prior day low. If you went from edge to edge just on this short, right, from this little sweep here, previous session VP, to this downside target, you're looking at 400 points. It's about $800 on one MNQ. Something I always challenge people to ask themselves is, in all of the multiple trades that you took, high leverage 2, 3 NQ, would you have made more money if you simply took one trade, catching most of the EV with one MNQ? Looking at your guys' data, I know the answer is usually no. I think I answered the question, how's busy at the studio? It's good, man. It's busy. It's very, very busy. We had Shaq and Tom Brady last week, which was cool. Meet Tom Brady. We posted some stuff for that. You guys got the early scoop. Tom Brady has an aura around him. So what I've done is funded a futures account and made decent money on it. So I took all my profits out and I'm now trading prop firms to less of my actual capital risk. That's a way to view it. You can ultimately do whatever you want as long as you have a plan. You know, you should have a plan. It should probably involve spreadsheets. It should involve some type of tracking mechanism. You should have some KPIs for yourself that you're getting closer to. Really boring stuff, guys. Like when I talk about this, and I think people think I'm like bullshitting, but like I have an insane amount of spreadsheets for every aspect of my life. Okay. I track how consistent I am with my stretching. I track my mood, trading for the business. I have a gazillion spreadsheets. It's not complicated. Okay. You don't need to learn Excel, but you do need to sit down and like write these things out. I promise you, if you just become intentional with planning what you're doing, your ability to do it well, or the odds that you do it well, will increase exponentially. It's just something most people don't do. So most people focus more on trying harder in the moment, which is fine. You do need effort. But your effort is a lot more efficient if you think about it beforehand. Short off the ES 1 hour POC, holding to the price target below is very hard, but we initially bounced off this macro node and now we're transacting and I just got to trust. Short off ES 1 hour POC. What's your entry BD? The current session POC or the previous 68.65? That's a good entry, man. So here's what you could do from a trade management perspective. You have a target lower. There's a few ways that are my thesis. Okay, I'll just say my thesis. I'll own it entirely right now. Could fail or not live out perfectly. One, NQ is getting to this edge here. We could get a reaction once NQ sweeps. ES might want to come back up to the VAL. Okay, so you might have to contend with that. You could do something weird and V recover all the way up here. We want the POC to shift lower. The POC hasn't shifted lower yet. So that's true until the POC shifts lower. Once the POC shifts lower, I wouldn't worry about that. Okay. But technically, the point of control on ES is still much higher. So look for this sweep on NQ. Look for reaction on both tickers once NQ sweeps this price. Okay. And I think it just tested it to the penny. In a little bottom wick right there. In general, though, what I do for trades like this is I just set my bracket, and this will take some practice. Put your stop to like somewhere in some amount of profit, like up here, right around this node, and just be happy with whatever happens. Don't try to make money on this trade. Instead, ask yourself, if I could learn everything that I could about this trade, what are the mechanisms and tools that I should implement to do so? This trade right now is completely irrelevant to your journey as a trader. Whether you make money or not from this is nothing. Okay, I guarantee you the amount of money you're gonna make on this trade is not gonna be life-changing for you. What will be life-changing for you is the leveraged knowledge from this moment, right? Because in the future, you might take this trade with an asymmetric product like options, right? You do some research and realize, oh, this was actually like a 40x on this move. Somebody takes a margin, and then you'll actually make a life-changing amount of money. So the knowledge is far more useful than the money if applied correctly, which is my entire approach to trading in life. I want to know as much as possible. I want to know more than anybody else about everything, actually. Went on a little tangent there, but that's how you should be thinking about this. How much can you learn in this moment? Would you say you're more of a swing trader or day trader? I'm a trader. There's no like, let's trade. I think the market's going to go from A to B. So I'm taking the trade from A to B. Sometimes that's inside of a day. Sometimes it takes 2 days, 3 days. I've got multiple accounts. Like, practically speaking, my big boy account is where I swing because I have enough margin in there to where I don't have to even sweat it getting close to, it even mattering. Like, I can swing 3, 4 in queue and it doesn't matter. And I day trade for capital accumulation. I do it all. The only thing I don't do is scalp. I'm not a scalper. Scalping is, I've done it. I can't I'm like laissez-faire chill right now. Like, I can't do that. Like, if I'm scalping, I gotta be like locked in, like mute. I can't talk. Like, there's nothing for me to do because I'm trading on a low enough time frame and just making money right now to where I don't need to do anything. You know what I mean? And I'm probably making more money than anyone who's scalping today as well. I actually guarantee it. There's no way anyone who's scalping is capturing this move. One, there's not. And they're working harder than me. Shaq is cool. Shaq's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. We're moving towards ES prior day low. See what happens at this ES prior day low here. So as we approach this, we'll do a little sanity check. Bust out. We don't need any of this wall of text. Okay. And I just want to look at the visible range VP. There's a little shelf right here. Let's go to the 2 hour. That target is nice. Measure move comes up right on a little shelf there. See what we get. Yes, still hasn't swept this prior day low. Still coming up. We don't need this line. Get rid of that. So let's put an alert here. Yes. Put a low. I started with scalping takes too much energy. Yeah. Way too much energy. Would taking half the position off at ES prior day low sweep make sense, or would you? It depends. Trade management, like it depends on what your size is relative to your account. Right? I don't know what half is. Okay. You should be trading small enough to where it doesn't really matter. You're probably trading too big. That's true for me as well. Like, I usually when it comes to my futures trades, I don't tranche in too much. Like I take the entire position. And then when I do take partials on my futures trades, I take like 80 to 90% off. I never take half off. The math on taking half off, and this is what I noticed whenever I take half off on futures position, it's because I have a gut feeling that I should reverse. This is for me, by the way. I have a gut feeling that I should just flip the whole trade, and I end up just letting half of the position work against me. So what I do is I take runners, which is like 10 to 20% of my position. So I'll take 80 to 90% of my position off on futures. And I'll see if the last few contracts will do a little extra. But usually it's just like not even worth it. It's just extra work. That's for me. Somebody else might do it better, quite honestly. But I don't really like taking half sauce. For options or asymmetric products, your risk model is different entirely. So for options, I always cover my cost so that the whole trade can go to zero and I don't have to worry about it. I don't lose money. What I would do instead of taking half off is I would trail pretty closely most of your position. Instead of letting half of it go against you, I would just trail your stop for most of your position, pretty close to profit, and just be happy with taking that. I thought about try to tap in on my phone. Cool. It's actually 10:30. I do need to run soon. It's about the time where I end my streams. I think I got on late today. But I'll be more consistent. I finally fixed my stream setup. This is something I've been like trying to work on for weeks, guys. My YouTube account was like super duper messed up. And it just wouldn't let me log into any streaming app. So I always had to like get the stream key, and then like doing multi streams was a pain in the ass. And when it was just like crazy. So I finally fixed it. But it was so annoying that like I just honestly I was like I don't want to stream because I don't want to spend 17 minutes just preparing to stream. It's a pain in the ass. Peep that DM when you get a second. Mr. Smith 8962. What's up? See you tomorrow, NFP. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are when I do group coaching for the people who are part of my mastery program. Look at that little reaction there off the bottom. Tomorrow. Let me look at my calendar. I don't mind hopping on a little more often if I have the time. I'll be coaching my mentees from 7:30 to 8:30. I won't be on at 8:30, but maybe I'll do a little stream tomorrow because I do have the time. So yeah, we'll see, guys. I'll try to jump on tomorrow. Do some bonus streams. Ask and you shall receive. Peep the DM. Let me see what we got here. Oh yeah, the mouse pad. You know what I would like to do, Dallin? And shout out to you for doing that. I would like to update some of our branding and stuff and then remake it. You could send that one to me though, but I think I want to update some of the stuff for 2026. Can we get some merch? Yeah, man. I'll make some Trading with Force merch. Put some taglines on there. Edge to edge. I'm all about this edge. I don't know. You guys think of some taglines. We'll make some cool merch. I'll get my girl to model it. That'd be cool. Hmm. All right. That is it, folks. Look at that little front run bounce here. So this is basically, it's not even basically, it's what I mentioned. We swept this on NQ. ES came down, front ran because the POC is higher. It's doing just a really big bounce here. I want to see one, this stay below VAL. Okay, let's go ahead and put this. I want to see both of these stay below the VAL for continuation. Otherwise, we'll probably get some midday consolidation. Even if we do move lower, we're going to get some midday consolidation like this and then an end of day, which is just annoying, you know, from a risk management perspective. It is. It's honestly just annoying, which is why having good entries is important, because if you entered late, if you're someone who got in like down here, you're going to have a bad day. If you got in up here, you know, you can hold this a lot more. But we don't got to go too deep in that. That's it, everyone. My name's Forrest. I trade stuff. You should too. I'll see you in the next stream, next YouTube video. Have a blessed day. Catch you later. Wait, I'll really catch you later. I'm trying to catch the later. I'm finding the button. I found it.